Hello, hello. I don't know what I was waiting for. Break this off. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Got my earpiece in, so see how this go. What the? Oh, my glasses. Okay, so this is going to be a continuation of my last live. Um, letting y'all know off the top, or letting myself know, whoever watched this video, that I'm quite sure will be some interruptions because I do have a daughter who keeps coming back and forth in the room, even when her pie here in the background now screaming, lightly screaming. She's fine. She is fine. She's not being hurt. She's being supervised. She's fine. Okay, so and then when I think it's time for her to go to the potty, we in a potty training process. So y'all might hear them closely in the background now. But hopefully y'all can hear me because I'm not trying to talk too loud because my voice will have her come in the room and be like, "Ooh, what are you talking about? What's going on? Who you talking to?" So yeah, they taking her to the potty. Okay, so basically, I'm trying to remember where I left off at, but I know it was talking about the divine, the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Okay, and this energy. So this is videos about my experience, what I went through, going through, been through, you know. So yeah, and then you guys can have y'all take on it if y'all believe in twin flames or divine unions and everything like that. I'm just telling y'all my experience and what happened, with me and what I believe, what I know because it happened. So what I know from my experience. Okay, so basically I was talking about a guy that I met at work, working in Baltimore. He was working there like a couple of months, maybe a year before I got there. I started working. I worked in the mailroom. He worked at a warehouse. My mindset was on when I work at this new place. I'm not effing with nobody here. I don't care if we work in different departments. I'm not entertaining no one at this location. And it was a government job, government position, all that. So, anyways, years into I'm working there. I started in 2011. So I'm gonna say fast forward to 2016. 2016 because that incident happened in 2017. Yeah, so fast forward to about 2016. This guy who I'm about to tell you the experience I had with him. Oh, he's the one with the tattoos on the elbows. I was saying that in my last live. Man, his tattoos on his elbows. Well, it was, a spider web. I'm quite sure y'all seen it before, like on different people. And if y'all know, whoever watching this, if y'all know who I'm talking about, then y'all know who I'm talking about. So y'all seen the tattoos on the elbows with the spider web coming down and the spider. Man, I was like, oh my goodness, that and the other tattoos he had, and I was just like, that's nice looking man. But anyways, I kept my boundaries. I wasn't fantasizing about him. I wasn't like, ooh, this and that. No, again, any person was off the list. No. Oh, that's what I was talking about too at the end. When me and him had like small talk conversations, I felt like the energy of a lot of women, a lot of feminine energy being around him. I was just like, if this dude trying to talk to me, talking about taking me out on a date, like that's a no go because I just feel like he got so many females around him. Like I'm not gonna be added to his list. Like he just seemed like a playboy and like how he talked and like how he smiled got yeah. I was just like, nah, you trouble. So in my mind, I was like, nah, you trouble. Like I'm not gonna get sucked up into that. No, I'm not gonna be in no one's list. So I brushed him off. In like years, I like brushed him off or whatever. He wasn't like pressuring me or anything, nothing like that. Like throughout the years, it's just like I said, small talk. nothing major, and on and off I would brush him off. If he would say like enticing, like far as like taking me out or something like that, I was just like, no, I'm good. But I like having small talk. What you eat for lunch today? Oh, if I'm running late, he will be like, oh, somebody's running late to, at work, like something like that. So I don't know, just regular stuff. So so he stopped, pursuing me. Like he stopped, and whatever, everything was cool. So fast forward to 2016. Actually 2015, the end of 2015, just say December, January-ish, so like the end of 2016, December wise, I guess. Me and him had an encounter in the hallway. So and it was so weird. Mind you, we've been working together, what, 5 years now at this point? Something like that. But me and him had an encounter in the hallway. We the only ones in the hallway. It's like a long hallway, and it's double doors. The doors that's in the hallway, once you get close to it, they open. Like they, one side go one way, the other open up the opposite way, depending on which way you going. But both doors open up. Like the double doors. It's like an automatic sensor. And then you walk like couple of feet further down the hallway, and it's another the exact same set of double doors that open up. Once you get in front of them or get closer to them, they will automatically open up. You don't have to stand directly in front of them, and they open like they see you coming. Mind you, cameras everywhere. It's a government building. So anyways, we walking down. It was like one afternoon. I'm coming from the bathroom, and then for some reason, like my mind was like, I wasn't like feeling. I ain't gonna say I wasn't feeling too good. I was feeling fine, but maybe something I had on was just like I wasn't like really comfortable like that. Like I don't know, was it my shoes, my pants, something, I don't know. But the double doors open. Like he walking towards me. I'm going this way, so he walking from the warehouse, and I'm coming from the bathroom going back that direction. So we facing each other basically. So when the doors opened up, like both door, oh my goodness, I can't even explain it. Like when my door opened, his door opened, so I seen him like, oh no, some I said a customer, uh, uh, a random person, that works in the building was like walking, coming up and down. So when they came through, like the doors opened. So when that person, random person, came through and had the doors open, I seen him, starting to walk up. So I was like, oh, he about to come up this way. Like I seen him, I knew that me and him was going to cross path, because the door opened because somebody was walking, and the door closed once a person left. Hopefully I'm explaining it right. But anyways, so but in my mind, I was just like, oh, hopefully he don't, trying to hold a conversation, because it was just like something, say like my pants wasn't fitting right, or I was on my menstrual, and I was just like, ew, like I was just like something, but I know I just didn't want to have like a small talk conversation with him. I just want to, hey, hi, and then keep it going. So I was like, hopefully he don't want to try to have no conversation, a small talk conversation. That was in my mind. I was just like, okay. But I knew that we was going to walk past each other. So sure enough, we got at the, like we got to each other, So he walking, with I mean, oh my goodness, Demetra, man, I'm sorry, it's hard to explain because I'm just feeling it, and it was just like weird, but it was like, what? But anyways, we walked past each other, and the only thing that we both said to each other was, hey, hey, what's up, what's up? Like that was it. Hey, hey, what's up, what's up? So I'm like, okay, cool. So I kept it walking, kept walking back towards the warehouse. He kept walking that way. But why I turned around. So I'm steady walking. I'm walking still straight. But I got my head turned back like you looking behind you while you still walking. So I'm looking behind me, looking at him as I'm still walking straight. Why he doing the same thing? He walking, continually walking the way he was going, and then he's, was looking back at me. So why both of us was looking back at each other. Okay, so this the part that's like what? So both of us was looking back at each other. So we coming up, we like in the middle section. This interaction happened in the middle section where the double doors was closed when he was walking because after he left, a couple of feet away, the doors closed. After I came through my double doors, the doors closed. So we in this little section of hallway piece before I get to the double doors he just came from, and before he get close to the double doors I just came from. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm when I'm trying to explain how trying to explain the scenery. So we in this, section. That's where we was like, hey, hey, you know, and kept it moving. So I'm looking back, he looking back. So we coming up on double doors. So double doors, and I kid you not, the doors open at the same time. His door open and let him through. Like he was looking back at me. My doors open, let me through while I was still looking back at him. I mean, you just walk straight, nothing really in the way. Well, except for like that middle part when the doors connect, like that pillar part. But you got common sense to know, stay on, stay away from like the middle part of the doors connecting. So I remember just, walking straight, but looking back at him as I'm walking straight, the double doors open, his double doors open. So we walking through the double doors. He walking through his, looking back at me. I'm walking through mine, looking back at him. So we just walking, just looking at each other, not saying nothing, but just looking. So, and I'm still and just looking at each other. So then, of course, when you go a couple of feet from the doors close automatically as they opened up automatically. So the doors close at the same time, close. So when the doors close, it's like, of course, duh, we can't see each other anymore. So I turned my face around and, kept walking to the room that I had to go in back in my office, back in the office or whatever. But when them doors closed and I turned to look forward the way that I'm walking, mind you, I can't see him anymore. He couldn't see me anymore. I was like, what? I said, what just happened? I remember saying this to myself. I was like, what just happened? Like, why in the world? You know, um, I looked at him like I'm staring at him, and I'm just like, he was staring at me too. And I was just like, what? It was just like weird, and weird is in my name. But I'm just like, and I even was talking to myself before I went inside the mail room, before I went back in the mail room. You guys are like, you got your badge, you got to badge yourself in or whatever. So I was telling myself, like, Demetra, calm down. And I was smiling. I was cheesing, y'all, like probably how I'm doing now. So I had to talk myself down. I was like, Demetra, when you walk in this room, you got to get, you got to, get a straight face because people going to be looking at you coming in the room like, what in the world is she smiling for? Like, what just happened to her? Whatever. So I was like, all right, Demetria, stop smiling when I open this door. I gotta, I can't be smiling like this. But I was thinking, like, what in the world? What just happened? Like, both of us was looking at each other and the doors closed. Like, I was just like, wow. And the feeling was good. Like, the feeling was like, wow, okay. So then got my face straight, went in the office and sat at my desk. So I was like, cool. So it, I, the, a thing did come in my mind, the idea is a word that's in my name. IDEA. When I got back to my desk and I did come in my mind like, it has been years. He is cool. He is attractive. He looks nice. He's cool. Like, maybe, like, why not? Why not just go out on a date with him? And then at this point, I have moved to Baltimore. And then I was pregnant twice while I was working at the job, two separate people. So mind you, I had started working there at October 2011, found out I was pregnant in January of 2012, had a baby in September of 2012. Got pregnant again, like May of 2013? May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. No, 2014, of 2014. So yeah, because I had my son December of 2014. He was his due date was January of 2015, but he came out. I'd be like, he came out a year early. But I had him in December of 2014. So yeah, got pregnant. I don't know, Mayish, whatever. Y'all know how many 8, 9, 10 months you pregnant. So by this time, this was in 2016. Man, because he was 14, 15, 16. Yeah, he was like 2 years old. So this incident that I'm talking about was like 2016. Yeah, it was like 2016. I had moved to Baltimore in 2015. Yeah, yeah, that's about right. So this incident happened in 2016. So mind you, I started in 2011. So we, knew each other for a while, and I wasn't effing with nobody at the job. Like I kept that, like kept that thing to myself. I was just like, hey, I ain't effing with nobody at the job. So when this incident happened, I'm like, why not? Like it has been years, and man, just that incident, that encounter in a hallway, just had my mind like, what if? Like, why not? Could be possible. Like, come on, Demetria, we can. He just go out on one date. Maybe he wouldn't act all wild and crazy, and how these other guys was at a previous job when they got to tell everybody like, ooh, she got some good. Like I'm like, we all adults now, yada yada yada. So I'm like, all right, that idea did come across my mind. That idea did come across my mind. Okay. So, why, like I said, that happened, I don't know, December-ish of 2016, something. But I know 2 weeks later, like I ain't even see him no more. Like after that, I ain't bypass him anymore. I don't even think I seen him no more. Maybe I don't even think I seen him no more after that. But he was still coming to work. I just wasn't seeing him. And again, I wasn't seeing him every day anyway. Like again, we worked in the same building, right? The departments right next to each other, but we still wouldn't see each other every day. I mean, we could if I walked over there to the warehouse or if he came to the mail room. Yeah, but if there's no reason for us to go over there, we wouldn't see each other. But after that encounter, I didn't see him anymore. But he was still working there for about a week and a half to 2 weeks. So while one of my coworkers was like, yeah, such and such got fired. And I was like, fired? Like what? And this is the guy that I'm talking about. I'm like, what happened? Like why did he? No, and I wasn't like, oh my goodness, what happened? I was just like, oh well damn, what happened? How that situation go? So she was saying something like horse playing and but moving forward, me and him moving forward, he ended up telling me like the whole gist of it. And mind you, everything is in divine order. That's all I'm gonna say. Everything is in divine order. So say this took place in December, January ish or whatever. April came. April came and 419 to be exact. If y'all know the date 420, that's like, I don't know, quote unquote, a national smoke day, but even though every day can be a smoke day, but 420 was like the national, like, weed day, smoke day, marijuana day, herb day, whatever you call it. So I was like, I don't even have, I'm low, like I ain't even have nothing to smoke. Oh, so he had got fired, like I said, about 2 weeks after this whole incident. So like December, January ish. That was it. So we in April now. So that's January, February, March, April. So that's like 3 months. Just say 3 months. I haven't seen him. I didn't talk to him. I wasn't like, hey, what happened? None of that. It was just like that moment in the hallway when we looking back, and then like the same time the doors open, the same time the doors closed, and we was like looking back at each other, like what? So, anyways, my coworker was like, yeah, hit up such and such. He got some. He be, he whatever, whatever. So she gave me his number, and so I'm like in my mind, like, oh, I already got his number, but whatever. So when she gave it to me, I'm like, well, maybe his number changed because I don't use it, I don't call it or whatever. So, and I've been had his number like for a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years. Like we all had each other's phone numbers. So when she gave me his number, I put it in my phone, and his name is already number already there, name already there. Let me see what time it is. 2:44. Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me. So his name and stuff already in there. So, but anyway, so I had texted him like, yeah, you got like $50 worth, yada yada yada. So he was like, yeah, cool, send me your address. What time should I be there? I was like, yeah, 6 o'clock, whatever, whatever. So this is, man, when I say divine timing, this is a week. Like me and my son's father was like on a schedule when he have our son a couple of days, I have our son a couple of days, so it's like a strict schedule. It's like every other weekend. Yeah, every other weekend. Always, what was it, every other Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So every other Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, he would be with one person, and the rotation for the next week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And every Monday, he would be with me. So say it's my weekend to have my son, our son, my son, whatever. It would be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, because Mondays is always my days. Tuesdays and Wednesdays is always his days, and Thursdays is always my days. So Tuesdays and Wednesdays always his days, and of course every other weekend. Here go my daughter, and then it's Mondays and Thursdays always my days. So each of us had two permanent days. Yes, Eleanor. What's the problem? Okay, Pasa. Okay, let's go. You can show me. Come on. What's up? Alright, she good. So, anyways, divine timing, divine timing, divine timing. So, this all happened 420 was well blah, yeah, so 420 was on a Wednesday that year, and 419 was on a Tuesday. So again, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, our son will always be with his dad. So I hit him up on a Tuesday, like, yeah, you got like $50 worth, yada yada yada, woo woo woo. Yeah, sure. So needless to say, he came over on Tuesday. But this is the thing. This is the thing. So man, I'm like, oh my goodness, if y'all only knew, man. So things was, listen, so the plan was, and I always keep my house clean, my apartment, even now, like it's vacuum, it's clean, this and that. That's just me anyway. So needless to say, I was the only one, at my house, my children with their dads or whatever. So he came over, at 6 o'clock. I done took a shower, I done did whatever, because I just supposed to have went outside, gave him, the money, and he give me the product or whatever, you know what I mean. That was supposed to be it. So I sat in his car, did the exchange thing. We had small talk. And mind you, I haven't seen him. But did I see him? Because he did used to come up to the job every so often during break to talk to our mutual coworker. But anyways, this was like the first time like me and him had like that a conversation after us looking at each other. So so I'm sitting in this car. He was like, "Damn, $50 worth. Like, you must be having a party." And I'm like, "Nah, I ain't having no party. This is for me." He was like, "Wow, you know what? I ain't even really know you smoked and stuff like that." I'm like, "Yeah, that's like something." And like, I mean, it's, I don't know, like smoking is not a bad thing. I know some people is like, "Oh, smoking weed is bad." Why? Because man, a law. These men say smoking marijuana is bad, smoking weed is bad. Like, come on now. No, it's a plant from the earth. A plant from the earth. And I get it. Not all plants from the earth have benefits, but the ones that have benefits, why not? And again, oh well, yeah, you can use the plant from the earth, but you don't supposed to smoke it. Who says that? You can do whatever you want to do with a plant from the earth. Well, I'm really specifically talking about marijuana. You can put it in a paste, you can cook with it, you can smoke it, whatever you want to do with it, that's your business. As long as you ain't harming yourself in a bad way, like, oh, y'all know what I'm talking about, yourself or other people. Do whatever, I ain't gonna say do whatever you want, but it's your business, whatever. And it's a herb. Like, come on now. It's green. It's sage, parsley, oregano, whatever. But anyways, so he was like, yeah, you must be having a party. I'm like, nah, this for me. He was just like, oh, he was like, you got your kids, your sons in there. And I'm like, nah, they with their dad, but, they with, last they reconnected. So he was like, okay, it's 2:49. I got like 10 minutes. So he was like, it's just you in there? And I'm like, yeah, just me. So he was like, oh, well, do you mind having a partner, like to chill with you or whatever? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Because in a way, like, cool. Like, I don't mind smoking by myself. But if I have somebody to talk to, like to interact, just to conversate with, cool. That's on the same level as me, not me being the only one smoking. And then I'm having a conversation with somebody that don't even smoke. It's like, like, let's vibe together, on the same stuff. So he was like, "Well, you got some papers, some roll ups, and I'll just bring my weed, so we won't have to be smoking yours." I'm like, "Cool, that's what's up." So that's what happened. So we ain't do anything. We wasn't intimate. We wasn't doing none of that. None of that. None of that. So we listening to music, listening to some Kevin Gates, especially when he first came out. Mind you, this is 2016. I'm talking about now. Yeah, like 2016. So we listening to Kevin Gates, just chilling, whatever. Was it 2016? And had my son in 2016. Sorry if I'm like if you hearing like some spit and everything in my mouth. But we was just chilling. Was he trying to like do a little slick move and put his hands like up on my thigh, whatever? Like, yeah. And I would be like, and he would move it, while I would move his hand, but it wasn't like I didn't feel like disrespected, because he did it in such a way that it was like comfortable, but it was like, boundaries now, boundaries. So fast forwarded, when he, when this is, I'm coming to the fire part, y'all. I'm coming to the fire part. So this is kind of like when I say twin flames. When he was leaving out, like he came, yeah, like I said, 6 o'clock, and by now when he was leaving out was probably like 11, like yeah, like 11 o'clock ish, 6, 7, 8, no, like 10. I'm gonna say yeah, like 10. Yeah, came at 6. I mean, yeah, about 10 o'clock he was leaving, maybe a little bit after 10, and I was like getting tired too. I was just like, like not tired of him, but just like body wise, like just time for me to go to sleep. I got to get up and go to work tomorrow. So, excuse me. So we walk into the door. Well, we gave each other a hug, and my mindset was like, don't have no kind of physical contact, Demetra. Like my mindset was like, I don't want this guy to think that I'm interested in him. So I was like, I gotta like keep the conversation short. If he started talking about some intimate stuff, like that's a no go. And he wasn't. We ain't talk about nothing sexually or anything. We talking about our kids. We talking about work. We talking about movies. We talking about music. We, probably talking about what we looking for in a mate, in a person. We wasn't talking about nothing sexually. Everything was like respectable conversations. But my mindset was like, don't have this guy rub up all up on you and this and that, or just, of course, don't have no sex with him, of course. Even though I know him, but I don't know him, like, no. Especially the first time of like this personal interaction, like, no. I grew up from that, I grew up from that. So, anyways, we walk into the door. So he was like, I don't get no hugs. So we like, before we get to the door, I can't even freaking explain it. But before we get to the door, we stand up, and I wasn't planning on giving him no hug, wasn't planning on giving him no high five, nothing. It was just like, thanks for coming, okay, bye, walk him to the door and close the door behind him, lock it. That was it. That was, my basic kind of a thing. So we get up, we walked like a couple of steps towards the door. We not close to the door, but we walked a couple of steps towards the door to for him to leave. He was like, I don't, get no hug or whatever. Like, oh, can I get a hug or something? He was saying. I was like, yeah, that's sure. I was like, that's fine. I'm in my mind like, okay, a hug. I don't have no problem with that because I enjoyed myself with him. It was a good vibe. Listen to music, great conversation. You know, no problem. I give you a hug. That's fine. So giving him a hug. Mind you, he got a nice ass height, like man, nice height and everything. Here come my daughter. Hi, I see you. Yeah. Oh, you want a snack? Okay. Oh, she done closed the door. Oh, Lord, let me see. Can I bring y'all with me? But real quick. What time is it? Going on 3 o'clock. Um. So yeah, just look at my shirt, y'all. Hi, Eleanor. Hi. What kind of snack would you like? What kind of snack would you like? We have what, your belly button? You wet or dry? Dry. Dry. Good job. You want white crackers? You want Teddy Grahams? What is these? Goldfish. Goldfish. Mama? Mm-hmm. And Mama? Yes, Mama fish. Yes, me. Baby? Yeah, baby. Baby fish. Eleanor. Nice. Which one would you like? Goldfish? Nice. Yeah, I see the goldfish. I like it. A big one. Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big goldfish. All right, let's go. Oh, so that was the other way. Yeah, baby cat. The Play-Doh. Okay, so okay, so y'all, um, so basically, we gave each other a hug, gave each other a hug, this and that. When I say that hug was, it just felt, this is the first time me and him hugged, by the way. First time me and him hugged, by the way. So that, the hug was just like, it seemed like it lasted longer than what it probably did. Then again, it maybe did last long. I don't know, but I know it seemed like I was hugging him for like, for like, I don't know if I had to say a time. I'm gonna say like 2 minutes. Like we was hugging each other for like 2 minutes. I don't think we was hugging each other that long, but it just felt like a long hug. And I remember, and it felt good. It felt nice. It felt good. So I remember while we was hugging, like getting close. This is me. This is my mind. Getting close to like before we, pulled apart from each other. In my mind, I was like, he better not kiss my neck. Like hopefully he do not kiss my neck. I was saying that in my head, like do not kiss my neck because like I can't explain it. When he was hugging, he's taller than me. So not super tall, but he's like like that good kind of a height for me. So when he was hugging me, it was like his mouth was around my neck area. Like if he would have had his head down. So I probably like felt felt the heatness of it. So I was just in my mind like, oh, and I had my eyes closed. I was like, oh, please do not kiss my neck. Do not, I was like saying that to myself, like, hopefully he do not kiss my neck. So I'm saying this for a while, and then I realized, like, wait a minute, let me just pull apart from him. And that's when we separated from each other from the hug. And then that's how I was like, damn, in my mind, like, was we hugging for a long time? Like, and I'm like, good. I'm glad he ain't. like kiss my neck or, did whatever, because that's like a sensitive kind of area, that's like, whew. So, yeah. So he didn't do that. So anyways, we finished hugging, and then so we started walking to the door. And when you come in my apartment, even now, you have to take your shoes off. So we walking towards the door, and he grabbed my hand. He was leading the way to the front door. Okay, he was leading me to the front door. So he had grabbed my hand, and not like in a violent way. He just, he grabbed my hand and he leading, walking us to the front door, and I'm behind him. He's in the front leading me. So I kid you not, I was looking on what's this, the left side down my hallway. Like first I was looking down. I was looking down on the ground like real quick, I don't know, looking down on the ground real quick, and then I looked up, slowly up or just slightly up on the left hand side of the room, walking towards the front door. I was looking down real quick, and then, I looked up to the left side, and I kid you not, everything was fire. Everything was on fire. Like I didn't even see no hallway. It wasn't like, oh, I see the hallway and it's a fire. No, it was like fire, like a wall of freaking fire. Okay, and I'm like, what the heck? I look down and I look to the right because I'm like, mind you, I ain't even look up. I didn't like look up with, at him. Mind you, his back is like facing me anyway because he's facing forward to walk us to the front door. So I'm like, turned my head down, to look on the other side of me. We still holding hands. So I'm looking on the right side of me and I see fire too. I'm like, what in the, like, fire all around. I'm like, in fire freaking all around. Literally, I seen it with my own eyes, fire. So literally outside. I mean, I said outside. Sorry, just got a text. Just got a text. So I'm like seeing fire. So mind you, we still holding hands. He still got my hand in front of me, leading the way to the front door. So once I look, to the left side, seeing fire, I'm still got my head down. I'm look to the other side and I seen fire. I'm like, what the heck? And then that's when I looked forward because I'm just like, what the heck? And then so when I looked forward, we at the door by this time. It's like a little vestibule area that don't has no carpet. We like at that point in a sense, and we still holding hands. Well, he still got my hand. So I looked up forward because I'm like, I see this shit on both sides of me. Let me look up. We at the door and like the fire like gone. So I'm looking around like, what the heck? So of course I'm in my mind like, what the fuck? I just seen freaking fire all around. So I'm looking at him. He like, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. So he putting on his shoes and whatever, this and that, whatever. We didn't hug anymore at the front door. That was it. We ain't even really touch. It was just like, all right, thanks for coming. I enjoyed you spending company some time with me. Yada yada yada. Okay, good. Have a good night. Thank you. Good night. Open the front door. He walked out. I locked it. Okay. So So this is my thing about twin flames. And this is the guy that is my divine counterpart. So I'm like, was that a confirmation that it is twin flames out there? And I'm like, did y'all ever experience some kind of being in the fire? Like I'm literally like he's in front of me and we holding hands and I literally for real seen fire all around. I didn't feel fire. Like I wasn't like, oh my goodness, it's hot. I'm sweating. No, I just seen it. I just seen fire all around me. And then when I looked straight up at him, he's still holding my hand, everything like disappeared and it was just like, regular back in my apartment and I'm like, I was just in the midst of the fire. So anyways, he gone now, the door locked. I went back to the table because I was planning on like going to sleep because mind you, I was like getting tired, wanted to lay down. After that, my black ass was not sleepy. I was not sleepy, and why I went to the table because I was like, I was smoking cigarettes too, so I was like, let me go to this table, sit down, and smoke a cigarette because I need to just like Like I know, and I was just thinking about the fire. I'm like, I know I just freaking seen fire. While I sat at that table, I was cautious and a bit afraid of lighting that lighter. Because I was like, oh my goodness, is that a premonition that something going to explode? So why I went in the kitchen. I opened the oven door, which I before I opened the oven door, first I went in the kitchen to make sure all the like it was the appliances was off. You know, it was like the oven wasn't cut on, the stove wasn't cut on. So I checked that, and I lived on the third floor, so and that we had a balcony. Well, I opened up that balcony, opened up the glass door, but I left the string in there because I was like, you know what? If something blows up, it'll be easy for me just to push the string out and then jump over the balcony. Because I'm thinking if I'm on fire some kind of a way, mind you, I'll be because I'm like that should happen. I was like checking around for smoke and everything, and I'm just like, did he put did he put a bomb somewhere? Well, I didn't even say that word, but y'all know. Did he plant something and whatever? Because I'm just like something about to boom. I was just like, so I done checked. So I done checked, and this is before I opened the oven door, cause I'm like he didn't go nowhere in the back. Like I had two bathrooms at the time, a half a bath in my bedroom, and then like a full bath in the hallway. And my bathroom was working fine in my bedroom, but I wasn't going to tell him that because I had told him when he came in, like my bathroom, which was the one in the hallway, wasn't working properly. The toilet, and it was the truth. It wasn't working, like it wasn't flushing how it's supposed to be flushing. So I was like, I gave him that heads up when he came in. I was like, maintenance supposed to be coming the next day. Yada yada. Maintenance there come the next day while I was at work to fix the toilet. But like again, I wasn't going to tell him, yeah, well that toilet in the hallway not working, but you can go in my room. No, I was like, he don't need to know nothing about second bathroom. I ain't gonna no. But anyways, so when I the balcony door, I opened the glass door to slide it over, and but I left the string in place, and this is the third floor, because my mindset was like, I have to check this oven, because if something is in the oven, that's gonna, and if it is on me, the fire's on me, I'm gonna be freaking jumping out this damn balcony, jumping over the balcony, and I ain't trying to be fiddling faddling with the damn glass door. So I kid you not, I was so like, oh my goodness, I freaking seen fire. Like I'm around the freaking fire. I couldn't even smoke the damn cigarette. I ain't even lit. I was like, so when I opened, when I finally opened the oven door, I was like, okay, Demetria, you can do this. I'm like, what in the world? I opened it. Nothing happened. Needless to say, everything was fine. Nothing, an explosion didn't happen, nothing caught on fire, none of that. So I was just sitting at the table, like, okay, Demetria, calm down. Mind you, I'm up now. I'm not even sleeping because I'm just like, I know I freaking seen fire. Like, I, I was in freaking fire, holding this man hand, walking towards the door. I was around fire. I was in fire. So I don't know, a few minutes later, after I like opened the oven door and like sat down at the table, I was just like, let me just text him and be like, thanks for spending some time with me. It was nice. Have a good night. Like, let me just text him that again. So that's what I text him. I had text him that and hey. So why he called, I text him. The text went through, and why he called like 30 seconds later, I'm in my mind like I'm looking at the phone like I ain't say call me. Like what are you calling me for? So of course I answered it. I was like yes. He was like yeah. So he said something, and I was like what? And he was like oh you said you wanted me to come back, and I was in my mind like I did not say that. Like literally, I was like I did not say that I wanted him to come back. But I was like, yeah, sure, you can come back. You can come back over here. He was like, oh, okay. And so he was like, yeah, I'm still in the front. I ain't even pull off or anything. I was like, oh, okay. Like, yeah, you can come back or whatever. And I said, I'll be down because the building, you have to have a keypad to get in or key. Well, no, it's no key. It's a keypad or somebody got to buzz you in. So I was like, all right, whatever. I said, I'll be down there in like 5 minutes because I had to go to the bathroom anyway. But so yeah, so he came back. So I'm just like, what are the odds of that? Of But when he came back, we had a good time. We smoked some more. We chilled some more. Didn't do nothing intimate. Didn't kiss. We ain't even do that. Like that came days later, and on uh that's gonna be on a part um 3 because this is going to end. It's 3:09, and why? What did my daughter dad just text me? He outside doing what? Oh no. But so yeah, so this is going to be a part 3, but just know that yeah, he came back in. I let him in, and again, we just smoked and chilled and talked and laughed, listened to music, and the time went by fast. The time went by fast. So basically, I'm just touching base on like the twin flame. So I'm like, to me, like it's in divine timing. Like I said, I wasn't going to be effing with nobody at the job. I wasn't going to be entertaining none of that. Then it took him to get fired, and then me and him reconnected. Well, not reconnected. Me and him, well, in the past life, me and him connected because he had to get laid off. He had to get fired. You know what I mean? Because if he was still working there, I would not, no, been, I wouldn't have known. It just wouldn't have happened. In a sense, it would not have happened. So yeah, so that's like divine timing thing. And then for him coming over the first time dealing with marijuana, I'm getting into that a little later. And then with him like hugging each other, man, hugging each other for the first time was just like wow. Seemed like a long time, but I don't even know how long it was. I wasn't like timing. Oh, let me get a wash in time. How long we hugged each other. I don't know, but it was a nice long hug. And then for him to be leading me to the door, and he holding my hand, he's in front of me, and I'm seeing fire like all around. We inside fire. So that's why I'm just like, was he like considered my twin flame? Is this like a connection or a confirmation? I don't know. So talk more about it later. Gotta go. It's 47 minutes. All right. Bye.